avoid having sleep meds or supplements and caffeine every day to keep yourself sensitive to it. So I try not to have caffeine, or I'm not on any sleep meds, but I do take like over the counter. I guess that does count as meds. I take Unisom. I take both of them, the diphenhydramine and the doxylamine succinate, however you pronounce it. Uh, I take the diphenhydramine on the days I have like just a little bit of caffeine, but the days I work out, I have two. I guess they look kind of like that. I have two of them about, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours before I go to bed because it takes a while for it to kick in on me. So I do that usually, and it works out pretty good. That's stronger and it stays in your system longer. The diphenhydramine, which is like Benadryl, it doesn't stay in my system as long. And if I have just a little bit of caffeine, I'll take it. Usually it's like the days I didn't sleep well before, if I didn't sleep well the night before, if I go to work or anything. But that's been the best. And caffeine, on the other hand, too, don't have it every day. So you can keep yourself as sensitive as possible. Like I said, I stick around 200 milligrams as my max, and I'm good. Like, I'm good for my workout and pretty much the rest of the day. Any more than that it gets me where it's like my heart's beating at night, so a little bit of anxiety and stuff. But that's because I'm still sensitive to it. If you just take a day in between, or at most if you have to have it back to back, try to take a day in between there somewhere. Now, if you have sleep issues and they're really bad and you're on like Ambien or Lunesta, I don't know about that. That's medicated. I was taking trazodone, tamoxifen, Seroquel, stuff like that. I was taking it on the daily. And after about a week or two, I just got accustomed to it. Seroquel on low dosages was good. I think it was like one I was taking at the time. This isn't medical advice by any stretch. This is just what I was prescribed. And it did good for a long period of time, but I just didn't want to be relying on it for such a long time or the rest of my life. So I've had to make it just a priority of going to sleep and making sure I don't get accustomed to having stuff like this every day, or at most twice a week. I mean, 2 days in a row, but at least a day in between ever so often, and to keep myself sensitive. And it's worked. The supplements, I've done like ashwagandha. I do ashwagandha. I do a little bit of melatonin, like the smallest amount of melatonin usually works. If I do more than like 1.5 milligrams or whatever it is, it's too much. It starts getting like the opposite effect. Ashwagandha, I'm still trying that. I've tried L-theanine. So there's some other ones I can't off the top of my head. Uh, Tryptophan, which is amino acid. I think L-theanine is an amino acid too. And they say in such higher dosages you get a calming effect. Or I think it was Frank Zane or somebody said they took high amounts of tryptophan to take naps in the afternoon. I mean, for the normal person, yeah. But if you have sleep issues and your ADHD, it's that stuff was negligible at best, affecting on your sleep. Especially if you've taken caffeine, which, like I said, I take the supplements on days I don't have caffeine, and it works decently. So try to minimize how often you have to take it unless you really need it or you plan ahead to have it, because that time in between keeps you so sensitive where the least amount really works.